And welcome back to the Bitcoin Boomer Show with Madex. Madex, question for you. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but what do you think about a lot of the talk in the Bitcoin world right now, at least ways in the US, it seems like, are the ETFs coming out? Now, Canada has an ETF, if I'm correct. But there's like 8 companies or 10 companies trying to do ETFs here. Am I correct that Canada has a physical ETF? And what are your thoughts on all this happening?
I believe we have the ability to buy futures, but we don't have spot.
Okay.
I am indifferent to all of this. The last people on earth I want to be learning about Bitcoin and getting involved in Bitcoin is the bankers and other fiaters. The only impact that they're going to have is negative, in my opinion. They come from this fiat system, and they will all take action to try and understand and or force Bitcoin to fit into the fiat system. And they have a lot of power and a lot of wealth behind them. The people who I want discovering and onboarding Bitcoin are tradespeople, the people who actually produce for this world. I have no interest or excitement in paper pushers getting involved in the space.
That's a real good opinion. And you're probably right. You're probably right. They're probably going to try to make this fit their mold, because that's what they do, is make money, and what's been working good for them for hundreds of years, they want to keep it going just like that. Now, I want to talk about your art now, which I do have a piece here. I hope I can get this right. Madex gave me this at, I'll get it on the correct side in a minute, right? Boomer, huh? So this piece was given to me by Madex down at BitBlock Boom in Austin, Texas 2 years ago, which I like. And I wanted to show the back of this too. In the back, most art just has a canvas. The back of this piece is a piece of art by itself. And if you'll see right down here, he includes a Bitcoin wallet. I don't know if you do, and it has sats on it. Do you do that in every piece of art? Or is that your thing?
Yeah, I've been making an effort. I've been making the effort to do it on every single piece of art. Some pieces are like I've been working on lately because I've been doing a lot of pencil crayon and kind of ink work on like board and paper. It's difficult to kind of attach the OpenDime wallet to the back of the piece in a way that I can be confident in its staying there. So it sort of depends, but anything that is created on a wood board that has like a fixed backing like that, I'm able to easily add the OpenDime. Recently, what I've been doing is putting the paper portraits into frames, and then I have the OpenDime is mounted in the frame. If you scroll down on that website page at the bottom, there's sort of an example of that. So the OpenDime wallet is not actually attached to the physical piece of artwork, but it's attached at the bottom of the frame. This is when the whole sort of ridiculousness around NFTs began, which was very obviously a just kind of reskin of the ICO scams, only this time instead of big corporations, the mark was artists and creators. I read through what they were talking about, and I realized that this can just be achieved with Bitcoin. The whole kind of idea with NFTs was to have a irrefutable digital signature from an artist attached to a JPEG. And so I mined a vanity address, 1MVDEX, and then I used that vanity address to fund the OpenDime wallets, which I attached to the back of the art. So effectively, it's an irrefutable digital signature. Like, I am the person who controls the keys to the 1MVDEX wallet. And you can see in the Block Explorer that I have funded the OpenDime with coins from that wallet. And so this is kind of a way that the artwork can be time stamped. And it's a way kind of going into the future that even myself, the creator of the artwork, I have to be aware of kind of what I'm making, and I have to pick pieces from what I'm making to keep for myself, because in the future, when Madex is a massive internationally renowned project, I will not be able to just sign pieces of artwork and say that it's vintage from 2013. The only ones that I'll really consider kind of legitimate Madex original artworks will be the ones that have the open dime, and the open dime has a timestamp of me funding it, from the time it was created. And I think that's really important for sort of protecting kind of the value and the legitimacy of my art moving forward. I also created a website that watches all of the vanity address activity and watches all of the open dimes that I fund with that address. And from there, you can also see if the attached open dime actually still has the Bitcoin on it or not, or if the somewhere in its lifetime the coins were moved. So on the website, it'll say whether it's verified or whether it's been voided. The bot actually just watches the blockchain to see if those coins ever move.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I'm looking at the back now as you're talking there of my piece, which I love. You really are so talented. I've noticed lately you've been doing a lot of art on money, I guess we'd say, art on fiat. I see bills that you've taken and you've turned into a piece of art. I just think you're very talented. I just want to say, and I recommend to anyone check out Madex's art, because I just really do like it, and this is one of my favorite pieces in my office here that I have here on this.
Well, thank you very much, Gary.
Yeah. So I do appreciate that. So I guess that's getting to what I'm talking about, though, going down the rabbit hole. It's when you really understand Bitcoin and you really get into it, it's more than just going down money. It's like it changes your whole life. I mean, now your art is Bitcoin related, and I don't know how many pieces you produce of art a year, but I imagine it's a large amount of the pieces are Bitcoin related art. I mean, so many people that come up to me at conferences, whether they're mine or someone else, and they say, "Hey, I'm trying to quit my job, or I just quit my job, or whatever, and I want to work in Bitcoin. I want to just do Bitcoin full time." I actually got rid of my physical stores so I could spend more time in Bitcoin, because it affected me the same way. Do you find that common when you talk with Bitcoiners?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what's most exciting about Bitcoin is that it's something that actually really matters. It really matters, and it's really going to make an inconceivable, even with the greatest imaginations in the space, difference to the future. I mean, we really once all these sort of systems are fixed, systems that we got a taste of from the formation of the original United States, and the power that true free market capitalism and accurate price signal has. I mean, the future is just extremely, extremely bright. And so anyone who's working in the Bitcoin space is really doing a part to kind of move that whole vision of the future forward. What I really appreciate in all Bitcoiners that I meet is that there is a care and attention to the future, and we are forward thinking. And I think that there's not anything else, there's no other space in the world that you could really work in that will have as big of an impact on every sector, every industry, our culture, our civilization, as Bitcoin. And, I have a friend who's currently writing a book. He came from the private equity world. And after exiting his firm, he decided he wanted to dedicate his life to onboarding Bitcoiners, onboarding new Bitcoiners. And, he's putting together this book based on, everything that he knows, and he'll be just out there distributing that. And then, there's other people working on their own sort of kind of small projects to push things. So every step that's taken is just a step towards a brighter future. And I think that anyone this is like brand new, so there is a space for everyone. to work in this field. And you just gotta, whatever skills you have currently, you gotta figure out a way to kind of adapt them, or even just bringing Bitcoin into your existing industry, in my opinion, is working for Bitcoin.
And we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.